All trying to stay healthy, especially right now during the pandemic.
Exactly. Joining us now is nutritionist and cookbook author Dana White. She's telling us how to pick a safe supplement. Hey, Dana, how are you?
Hey, guys. Good. How are you doing?
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. So, right, everyone's going above and beyond to try to be healthy right now. And I think maybe even more people than ordinary are opting to look to a supplement. So I have 4 tips to help do it safely.
Okay, and I'm on that bandwagon too. I've always tried to take at least a multi and some fish oil, but lately, I'm making sure I'm getting them from a good place. You say the first step for you is to evaluate your diet, where you might be missing. I mean, for me, I take the fish oil because I really don't eat enough fish.
Perfect. And that's what you want to do. I think we just kind of blindly take supplements because we maybe heard that they were good for us, but if you're taking more than you need, if you're getting enough from your diet, taking a supplement could actually become dangerous or just unnecessary. So to your point, you're not eating enough fish, let's take a fish oil, so that is really the process that you want to take. Or if you've gone to your doctor and you've been diagnosed that, your blood levels say that you're low in something, that would be the time to opt for a supplement.
And Dana, I think that's my next one. How do you know, how do I know I'm deficient in one thing as opposed to another?
They can do blood tests, and a lot of doctors, even regular doctors, are doing vitamin D, but we've done a lot of stories on this show with naturopaths like Dr. Artemis Morris. She'll really test all your levels, so you can ask to get tested, right?
Correct. And some are easier to test than others. And I would say vitamin D is one you really should get tested so that you would know how much you're supposed to take. But, calcium, for example, right? So you're supposed to get 3 servings of dairy a day to meet your needs for calcium. You could do a quick self-assessment and say, oh, I'm coming nowhere near 3 servings of dairy a day. So then it might be a good idea to add a supplement to the mix.
Right, okay.
And at the same time, more is not better. You want to avoid megadoses.
So, and this is where you look at the labels on the supplements, right? So, they have this panel here on the back and it tells you the percentage, right? And I think a lot of people will go and they'll think more is better. So they want the supplement that has 500, 600, 1,000% of a nutrient, and that can actually become dangerous. So typically the best supplements, this is like a multivitamin, have about 100, maybe 200% of the daily requirement in those dosages. You don't want to overshoot because more is not always better.
All right. Be careful with herbal ingredients.
Yes. So here's another thing. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the supplement industry is not very well regulated.
No.
It's not.
Right.
The FDA keeps a really close eye on over-the-counter medications and prescription medications, but the supplement industry doesn't operate that way. So a lot of times you get all kinds of things added that people maybe don't even realize. And I think when they see these herbal ingredients, sometimes they think, oh, well, it's an herb, it's natural, I'm fine. But sometimes they can interact with medications or could just be harmful on their own. So you really have to do your homework, know what you're taking. And if you see that there's something herbal in there, you just want to make sure that it maybe isn't going to have a negative side effect or that it's not going to interact with any medications that you're taking.
Yeah, and a lot of people might have food allergies. You might want to spend a little bit more. Get the ones that are certified. They're gluten-free, they're allergen-free, instead of, sometimes they put all this other stuff in it, sugars and flavors. So you want to make sure you're looking for something that's been verified.
Right. So that's my last tip. And again, because we don't have that regulation system in place, there are some things that we can do. So there's a couple different seals that you can see. So this is a USP seal, and you often find this on just your garden variety multivitamins or, your standalone vitamin D supplement. So you want to look, that USP seal means that it has been verified, that the dosage in there is accurate, and what you're getting, what it says on the label is actually what you're getting in the bottle. So that's a really good one to look for. And there's several brands out there that have that seal.
Dana, I take, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, please.
Well, I was going to say if you have athletes at home, but I want to answer your question too. What's that?
I take a Centrum over 50 multivitamin. Is that enough for me, or do you think could I still be deficient in certain areas?
You might be. You really might be. So and then that's where you talk to your doctor, Scott, or you get some blood work done to assure. Those Centrum generally has just that kind of, moderate, like equivalent level. There's typically no megadoses in there, so that's a safe place to start. but you won't really know if you might be deficient in something. So that basic multi is a good place to start. But if you have really low levels of vitamin D, for example, you might need a little extra vitamin D supplement on top of it.
Okay.
And I have done stories with the Yale Center for Seasonal Affective Disorder, and they said basically in this part of the country we're all deficient in the winter. So we need, at least according to Yale doctors, we all need to take a supplement in New England in the winter anyway, is what they say.
Right, and sometimes you might need more. So some people actually might need a higher dose supplement. So it's still a good idea. So the type in a multivitamin is fine, but then check with your doctor to see, do you actually need more on top of it?
And Nature Made, the brand that you were holding up, is that a good brand? Because I see it everywhere.
I do. I like Nature Made. A lot of their products have that USP symbol on it. So not all of them do across the brand, but the Nature Made one does. The Kirkland brand, actually, that I believe they sell at Costco. They actually have a lot of USP certifications, so those are good. That's a good brand as well. And you can actually go on the USP website and they'll list their products. And then the last certification that I have is for, especially if you have an athlete at home, a high school athlete or the college athletes that I work for, there are actually a few additional certifications. So this one's called NSF. And this one's called Informed Choice or Informed Sport. And again, you could go to these websites, and it also, in addition to verifying that what is in the product is actually like the label matches up with what's in there, it also checks that it's free of any banned substances, which, competitive athletes do need to be mindful about.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Dana. What a
Thank
wealth of
you,
information.
Dana. We're all going to be so healthy. It'll be wonderful. Thank you, Dana.
You're welcome, guys. Take care.